Hi guys, Dustin here. First of all, let me say I apologize for the late delay for the new upload of Star Trek, the official Starships collection from Eagle Moss Collections for the past month. If you have not seen the video, I highly suggest going back and watch it right now. There will be an annotation, let's say where the ship is. It'll be up there for 5 seconds. Feel free to click on it right now. Going once, going twice, all in, fair warned. Alright. Anyway, getting back into it. We are now taking a look at the Klingon Attack Cruiser, the Vor'Cha Class Klingon Attack Cruiser. Launched in 24th century with a length of 481 meters, max speed of warp 9.6. And here's more. Operated by the Klingon Defense Force. Constructed at the Kronos Orbital Factory Base, launched in the 2360s with a length of 481.32 meters, 26 decks, 1,900 crew members. That's a lot of people. A lot of Klingons. Warp 9.6 disruptor cannons and photon torpedo launchers for weaponry. So, continuing on, here she is. Now, the Vor'Cha Class Attack Cruiser is actually the powerful ship in the Klingon fleet. And it did saw several actions and several conflicts in the 24th century. This newly advanced class is designed to replace the aging Katinga class battlecruiser that entered its service 100 years earlier in the 2270s. The class of these ships were made up part of the Ninth Fleet during the Dominion War. It's actually a combined force of Alpha Quadrant ships led by General Martov. The shared technology, a lasting period of peace between the Federation and Klingon Empire, followed by Kidamur Accords of 2293, saw a sharing of technologies. Actually led to some aspects of Starfleet ships translating to hardware used in the construction of Vor'Cha class. The most notable in the look and shape is the canted warp nacelles that feature buzzer collectors on the front of them. The hull is expressed colored in lighter green and a gritty dark green of the Vor'Cha bird of prey that was serviced at the same time as well. This actually changed in the mid-2370s as more ships entered active duty and their color reverted to a darker green seen on the other classes of Klingon ships. Moving on again. The look is aggressive, featured by its firepower and also clad in heavy armor plating. By the time Dominion War arrived, many Vor'Cha class ships had feathers painted on their hull. Many ships with functions could be accessed on an unmanned computer control room that was filled with consoles. Klingon Defense System database could also be accessed from here. Well, from there, not here. Several of these ships were actually a part of the attack on Deep Space Nine in 2372, bringing it into the Kidamur records. The Chancellor Peck realized that it was dying. He held talks with Captain as concerns the future of the Klingon Empire aboard his own flagship, Vor'Cha Class Cruiser. These ships were actually in the thick of action during Bow's Rage late 24th century. They proved vital in protecting their empire. Several of Vor'Cha class ships were destroyed, leading to suicide runs by the Jem'Hadar ships. First battle Shintoka. The sacrifice was not in vain. At one point, they were made a significant part of the Klingon fleet. 2373, Klingon Defense Headquarters was moved to Godor, heavily fortified planetoid protected by dozens of warships. That's a lot. Gowron, who became Chancellor of the Klingon High Council, used Vor'Cha Class IKS Borta's flagship during the Klingon Civil War of 2367 through 2368. Worf briefly served as weapons officer aboard the Bortas during the early parts of that conflict. The Bortas came under surprise attack from ships loyal to the House of Duras. Survived thanks to the assistance of the IKS Hekta, commanded by Worf's brother Kern. Cry havoc, let's lift the dogs of war. It's actually the most advanced ship in the Klingon fleet during the 2360s. You have your two impulse engines here, a weapons platform. The forward bridge, just like the Bird of Prey and the Klingon Class Battlecruiser, is always up front instead of back. The second hull is composed of duranium alloy. This extremely strong metallic substance is used in the hull construction of starships from numerous races. This includes humans, which is us, Cardassians, Ferengi, and Andorians. The names includes the Bortas, the Drovana, the Madha, Gruvat, Tokat, and Vor'Cha. The name Vor'Cha was not used to describe this class of starships dialogue until Deep Space Nine's 4th season episode, The Way of the Warrior. The meaning means it's never explicitly stated on screen, but the dictionary gives actually definition of the words vor as cure and the word cha as torpedoes. Extrapolating from this, the name Vor'Cha could mean something along the lines of to cure with torpedoes. Reviving the appearance that reinventing the Klingons. Little's known about Kronos, Klingon homeworld, until the 3rd season of Star Trek The Next Generation. There weren't going to be any Klingons in Star Trek The Next Generation, as Gene Roddenberry wanted to find new villains. Worf crept onto the bridge, and during the first 2 seasons, Klingons made occasional guest appearances. By the 3rd season, Michael Piller was running the writing staff as Ronald D. Moore. Have another look at the Klingon Empire. The first appearance is actually based off of Genghis Khan. Klingon's love of ritual was established in Worf's second rite of ascension. Writer Ron Moore introduced many aspects of the Klingon society, Sins of the Father. It's actually the first episode set on their home world. Bottom picture here, reunion, again an epic Klingon saga to Worf lover Kaeler was murdered. The power struggle between Dura's family and Goran showed how treacherous and complex Klingon politics could be. Duras actually much more concerned with power than honor than his actions. Actually purged the Klingon Empire into a civil war. Now, designing, Klingons first seen on Star Trek Next Generation, I'm still using two ships that design for the movies. Nilo Rod's Bird of Prey in the Klingon class. It's actually an updated of Matt Jeffries' original Klingon D7 battlecruiser. But they just want to put in a much newer 24th century Klingon ship. But for one reason or another, this didn't happen until the season episode Reunion. So, the begin was Rick Sternbach's design process sketched out a few possibilities, basing off the D7 original battlecruiser. Now, move on to the drawings show how Sternbach was experimenting with different elements and wanted to include how he began to add more detail to it. This three-quarter view of Sternbach's last drawing was before he prepared blueprints. Some elements such as disruptor platforms on the back has already been created sketch form. And this is actually the stage in which he worked out most of the surface detail. The final stage was actually prepare the blueprint of the warp nacelles, which is seen here. Buzzer collectors are up here. How the material should be used. Here's how to light up. On screen, first seen in Reunion, and it's been seen in two different shows: The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. In Reunion, a Klingon Vor'Cha Class Attack Battlecruiser suddenly decloaks right next to the U.S.S. Enterprise D, its Chancellor's flagship, as he had urgent news to discuss with Captain Picard. An impact that reveals that the Klingon Empire is on the brink of civil war as he slowly being poisoned. And he actually wants Captain Picard to act as arbiter of succession and meditate the power struggle after he is gone. He asked Picard to find out which one of the two Klamians had been poisoning him and preventing him from being the next Klingon leader. Apocalypse rising from Deep Space Nine. War between the Federation and Klingons is intensifying. Starfleet knows it must be stopped before both sides are irrevocably weakened. Captain Sisko, O'Brien, Worf, and Odo were to infiltrate the new Klingon military headquarters on Tygoker, exposed to Changeling, who they suspect is impersonating the leader of the Klingon Empire. Problem is that Tygoker is heavily fortified and protected by numerous Vor'Cha Class ships. Approaching the Klingon Chancellor seems an impossible task. Painting right here, the Vor'Cha Class Attack Battlecruiser is in Worf's quarters on Star Trek Next Generation episodes Parallels. One alternate reality was placing the expressionist painting Data had made at the Battle of Haros and given Worf for his birthday. Worf struggled to see how Data's painting represents his famous Klingon battle and claimed it made him feel dizzy. Although Geordi immediately recognized it had depicted the Battle of Haros. A Klingon attack on Deep Space Nine, the episode The Way of the Warrior, has featured 36 bird of prey, 6 Vor'Cha class ships, and 11 Klingon class ships, and 1 Negvar cruiser. We'll discuss more of the Negvar cruiser class ship when we get around. Battle sequence between the Klingon and Starfleet forces in The Way of the Warrior was filmed using shop-bought model kits of the ships. Even Bird of Prey Christmas ornaments. When one of the ships needed to be shown being blown up, it was filled with explosives and party glitter. Nothing, a little festive surprise. Coming in issue 21, we are taking a look at a ship with a name. the U.S.S. Enterprise E, the Sovereign Class Starship. The 6th Federation ship to bear the illustrious name. And as always, you have the graphic detail on the back. Now, let's take a look at the ship. Not one of my favorite Klingon ships in Star Trek Online, but she's known how to pack a punch if I can get her off. It does have that illustrious dark green color. Actually have the weapons bay up here. Bridge, flying bridge. The warp itself are just amazingly detailed. I like the way it's actually put together. I like when they actually add the Klingon logo right here. And also under here as well. I like the translucent red they added. They actually give them much color when lit up.